like 21, it's a knife. Bust a left, I got drunk and took a right. I'm so high, you fuck with me, I'll take your life. And then take your life, bring you back to fuck her twice. Ay. I'm in the cut, oh yeah, she wanna fuck, oh yeah, that little bitch cutthroat, yeah, she give me deep throat, yeah, stitch like low, combination no cheat code, yeah, I got the G code, gun gon' sing on glee, mo, yeah.
Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about Borderlands 3 and is it worth buying. Let's say yes and no, because the story isn't the worst, but it's pretty boring at times and kind of corny compared to like past Borderlands and shit. But then the gameplay is actually pretty good, and they actually introduce some cool guns like they did in the pre-sequel, introducing different types of guns and kind of just expanding on that. And when I say the story is corny and boring, I mean like the main enemies, Tyrene and Troy or whatever the fuck, they seem just like corny ass fucking characters. I don't know, they want to try like, I don't know, be more appealing to like trends and all that shit, which sometimes in some games it kind of works, but it's kind of weird when some games kind of try to force that shit, like hella, and Borderlands 3 is kind of one of those games. And I am not trying to be like, oh, games can't hop on trends or change things up, blah blah blah, but like, I don't know, there's just some parts of the game where it's just really corny and just hella forced, and you're just like, bruh, if they didn't add this shit, it'd be way better. And pretty much just like past enemy, like just like I said, compared to like past enemies and past games like Borderlands 2, like Handsome Jack, he wasn't like intimidating or built to be like this like scary or feared character, but he was at least just like funny, I would say. Like again, when I did play those games, I was a bit younger, but even when I do go play back Borderlands 2 to make like a video or I'm just playing it, I still like, the story is still a bit funny at times and still a bit more entertaining than Borderlands 3. I feel like Borderlands 3 is made for like, I don't know, like, obviously, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a story just seems way more, just all over the place, more, I would, like, there is, like, a structure to it, but, like, the structure is just, it's, like, I would say it's more of a childish, like, story, because it's not, like, oh, it's a childish game or anything, or blowing people's limbs off and shit, but like pretty much what I'm saying is like it's more just like, oh, things are like taken serious, but not as much as like in past games where there was more of a serious tone over them and shit seems like it was more impactful, I would want to say. But pretty much to be honest, they kind of failed with that with Borderlands 3, you know, kind of carrying that over, like kind of that touch they had in the previous games and shit, which again, I enjoy when they change shit up, because again, if you could just get the same thing over and over again, it gets fucking boring, obviously, but again, they still have like similar touches of previous like Borderlands and shit like, and shit like that, but definitely the campaign feels a bit off compared to like past campaigns and shit, I would just say, because like the tone and just, I don't know, just, yeah, I would pretty much just say that, like the tone and just how the story just try and appeal to like all these trends just so they could get people to hop on and play the game and shit like that, which again, at the end of the day, I don't mind when games do that, but when the game's just filled with that and then the story ends out being like turning into a mess, and you know, half the time don't even really know what the fuck's going on, or you know, but you forgot what the fuck, like, you know, like you can't like piece everything together, it's just kind of all scattered. And pretty much like, again, the gameplay is really fun. I have enjoyed like a lot of the, like, you know, fighting and like missions and shit, like against normal enemies, and also the boss fights have been really good. Like some of them are pretty challenging, but also like the game's a lot easier than the past Borderlands. At some points in the game, I feel way too fucking overpowered, and definitely the further you get into the game and the better guns you get, this feeling kind of increases. Again, it's nice if you're overpowered in a game and shit, depending on the game you're playing and shit. Like, it does make the game easier, and it is a bit funner that way sometimes. But I remember, like, it depends on the boss, if it was supposed to be an easy boss or some shit. But I remember, like, in my last Borderlands 3 video, I killed this boss before the dude even finished his his fucking voice line to tell me to go finish off this boss or whatever, because my guns were so fucking overpowered. And, again, like, with some bosses earlier on, I didn't obviously have that, I couldn't do that because my guns weren't that good, or I was under-leveled a little, or whatever. But definitely I would say there is some balancing issues for sure, but they're not the worst. I would say I would say at the end of the day, I wouldn't mind too much about this. It's not like game-ending shit, but again, if you are kind of there for a challenge, I would say maybe turn up your difficulty and like to the highest, and shit like that. Just kind of find little ways to make it a bit more challenging for yourself, because yeah, there are some guns that are just way too fucking OP in this game. But again, it's like kind of nice because Borderlands is kind of known to have, like, you know, further on you get in the game, you get better and better guns. But again, like, some of these guns, I'm just like, I killed that boss in 3 fucking seconds. Is that supposed to be an easy boss, or was I supposed to sit here for like 10 minutes trying to kill this dude? But again, the graphics in the game are really fucking good. Like, I'm glad they stuck, obviously, with the same style, like art style and shit, but they also obviously added to it, updated it. I honestly just feel like Borderlands isn't, like, the perfect game, but it definitely is worth checking out and giving it a try, because, like, the story might be a little bit all over the place, somewhere in, like, outer space, where you're just kind of like, what the fuck's going on? But it's still a fun game to just fuck around on, and definitely if you have some friends you could play the game with and play through and just fuck around with. It's, again, a really fun game, and so has a similar feelings of the past Borderlands games. It's more in, like, the gameplay than let alone the story and shit. The story is just kind of a fucking mess. Some parts are good, some parts are just like, what the fuck? But again, I wouldn't say this is the worst game ever, and like I said, the graphics, they obviously stuck with the similar art style and shit, but again, the graphics are so much fucking, like, it just looks hella good. It's like, almost like, when you, like, if, for example, you take, like, Borderlands 2, maybe tweak the graphics a little, maybe make it look a little cleaner, but, like, they just threw fucking shaders on it, like, again, they probably did way more work than that, but again, it just made the game look so much better and more cleaner, I would say. And again, obviously, Borderlands 2 was made in like 2012 or some shit, but again, that's my best game to kind of base it off of, because it still kind of has those, because they obviously stuck with the same art style all the way through, but again, I would say, out of any of the Borderlands and stuff, obviously, with the storyline and shit like that, it would make sense for Borderlands 2 and 3 to kind of, the environments to kind of connect more and shit like that. But, what I was just saying is, pretty much, it just feels like a Borderlands 2, but with way better fucking graphics, which is kind of nice. Again, like, it's kind of sucks, like, it's nice when game companies go in and redo a whole series, but it also does kind of suck because it does feel like, oh, they're just going to forget the old series, or it's like, why couldn't they just come up with new fucking ideas for a new series and just leave the old one alone? But I feel like Borderlands 3 was a good addition, I would say, into Borderlands. I wouldn't say it's the one that, like, changes the whole game for the better or for the worse, but I would say it's just kind of one of those games that just kind of evens shit out, where it's like, people are happy there's a new Borderlands, but again, people aren't pissed that it's a total piece of shit, but it's not the best fucking game ever. Again, I still believe Borderlands 2 is better, but at least Borderlands 3 is better than the pre-sequel. Again, like, the pre-sequel, I did play a bit of, and I wouldn't say, again, it's the worst fucking game ever, but it definitely is a bit better than the pre-sequel, and I haven't beat every mission yet in Borderlands 3. I'm still playing through it, and you could check it out on the channel and shit. But, I would say I have played at least a fat chunk of the game to at least know, like, what simply is good and bad about the fucking game, and I'm kind of either way, kind of more near the ending of the story and shit. I haven't played the DLCs and shit yet. I played a small amount of them, but again, it's like average Borderlands. That give you a whole, like, I don't know, I think like 4 or 6 DLCs, and no DLCs are actually usually pretty fatty. I don't know like how big they are in Borderlands 3, but previous Borderlands is like Borderlands 2 and shit, they do give you at least your money's worth out of those DLCs and shit. And I would say it's not like a game you need or whatever, but it's a good game to play if you like have a bit of time to waste and a bit of extra money or whatever, and you just want to play a Borderlands game or like a new one. I would probably, like, I don't know, I hate saying this, but like rating shit would, like, I don't know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I hate rating things, but it just sounds so fucking naughty when I say this shit. But I would actually say this game, like, I would kind of rate this game like a 7 to like a 7.5 out of 10. Like, there's some shit they could obviously have fixed, but again, those other things that kind of fill that shit in, not like replaces it, but you kind of look at it like, oh, that shit's annoying, but at least this shit is good about the game, you know? Like, kind of what I was saying is, like, the story is a bit shitty, but at least the gameplay is really good, so it kind of evens itself out a bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. We're trying to hit 300 subscribers, so it mean a lot if you did subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.
I ain't with the drama. You give me